I also wanted to do, I listened to a book on tape on the way here, and I just found it really, really interesting. Um, the book on tape is Free Lunch. It's by David Cay Johnston, and here, now, it's the small print, I have to hold it far away because I'm getting old. How the Wealthiest Americans Enrich Themselves at Government Expense and Stick You with the Bill. This guy's like a prize-winning investigative reporter, especially investigating, ways that big corporations rip off average Americans. And the big theme of his book is basically how the way laws are set up right now, all the essential laws of the country, um, offshoring is the only thing that makes sense. I mean, they've managed to, meaning the financial elites of the country, have managed a system by which they can dump, all of these high wage, good lifestyle Americans and, basically offshore all of our jobs to the highest bidder. And, the structure of the laws is really something that seriously facilitates that because there's just everything about it encourages them to take risks, encourages them to leave the country. One of the things that I thought was actually very hilarious was that they wanted, this was something that was originated by the oil companies. They actually encourage host countries, when they're doing operations in other countries, to tax them. The oil companies discovered this first because this is a wonderful way to get in good with the people that you're working with overseas. Because the way it works is that taxes that are paid in a foreign country are a one-for-one swap with American taxes. So what happens effectively when, let's say, the Saudis tax an American oil industry working in Saudi Arabia is that we, the American taxpayer, are sort of paying a bribe to the Saudis through the American oil company. That's effectively what's happening. And he just kind of goes through case by case by case of this, of the constant phrase that he talks about in the book is laws that benefit the rich and powerful at the expense of the many. As much as I'm sure a lot of people love sports, he talks about how all these enormous stadiums are just complete and total scams. And they're scams in the same way that Walmarts are scams, or at least some of these big sporting goods stores like Bass Pro shops, or I can't remember what the other one was. It was like some capellini or something like that. I don't know. That's a type of pasta, but I mean it's some kind of outdoorsy type shop. But I mean these enterprises all kind of run the same kind of scam where they get various groups in bidding wars against one another for jobs or for what they think are jobs. And they bend over backwards for these, companies trying to get them to locate there, and they just suck up all of this revenue from the communities, because uh, that's just what they do. It's like a Walmart. Walmart puts a lot of local people out of business, and in addition, in order to get the mighty Walmart there, they give up, huge concessions in terms of taxes that effectively cost the community billions of dollars. And, Walmart's admitted that like as many as a third of their stores have these kinds of arrangement. Virtually every, big league sports, stadium, they have this prospectus talking about how they're going to be so wonderful for business in the area. Well, none of them are. And it's the same all down the line. You know, that it's become this industry where they're very good at kind of selling a community on the fact that they're going to save the community, that they're going to practically be Disney World in terms of like the kind of business they're going to drive to the community. And then they just kind of leave them holding the bag later. It's like, oh, you know, it's not our fault that the projections didn't come true, but hey, you know, you still got your store there, you know, we're still doing decent business. It's okay, isn't it? Oh, you're not going to put taxes on us or anything, are you? It's just really hilarious, you know, the way that we get fleeced, you know, over and over and over again. And, you know, as he demonstrates in some of the later sections of, like, you know, the book on tape, probably certainly the book as well, you know, it's just ended up with, like, us getting this huge extra amount of money in the United States, but the division of that money keeps getting greater and greater and greater and more localized, way up there at the top. But I don't know. I got some thoughts about what we can do about that, but I think I'm going to save that for another video. I'm getting kind of spacey, and I'm going to take advantage of that sleep I'm going to be able to get tonight. I think I'm going to get a little bit of extra sleep. That's all for now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and take care.